Welcome to our final presentation. As part of our Human-Computer Interaction course project, we have developed this user-friendly platform for students to rate and review their past or current co-op placements. That is the RateMyCoop app. Finding a fulfilling co-op placement is crucial for students looking to gain valuable work experience during their studies. However, with so many options available out there, it can be challenging to determine which company and role truly offers the best opportunity. This is where our RateMyCoop app comes in. With features including company ratings, role description, and reviews for various roles, our app aims to provide a holistic overview of what students can expect from different placements. As the purpose of the UI, we have followed several steps for the design lifecycle as displayed here. A few focus points of this app are that it is easy to understand, it has an intuitive navigation, it is clear and concise. And from here on, let's look into the prototype demo.
Now to give a demo of the prototype we have designed so far. The first feature is the login or the sign up page, which allows the users to either log in to the app if they are an existing user or sign up to the app if they are a new user. For the purposes of the demonstration, we can log in by entering our username and password, which is our Northeastern email ID and the password. This will be authenticated at the backend. Our prototype currently authenticates only if the passwords are incorrect or if the username is incorrect. It shows the error message as follows. And once you enter the right credentials and you click on login, you should be able to see the feed along with your first name displayed at the top, which says that you have logged in successfully. Now, if you're a new user who wants to sign up, you just click on the new user sign up here button, which takes you to the sign up page. You enter your details, such as your first name, your last name, your Northeastern email address, and you create your password, which you would like for this account. After creating your password, you should also confirm the password. Our prototype does authenticate if the passwords match or not match and throws an error message as appropriate. Once all the authentication is passed, the new user is able to sign in and able to see their name at the top as above. Now, one of the most important features of our prototype, which is to enable users to upload or post reviews for their previous co-ops. To add a review in our prototype, we essentially start by clicking the add icon at the bottom, entering or selecting your company name for which you had completed a co-op in the past, the co-op role that you wanted to post a review for, the start and end dates, which help us identify the duration of the co-op, the location, which helps us in the future to filter on the basis of locations, upload media if you want to review, which is adding your textual response, your textual review that you would like to post and share with everybody in your feed. Usually, if it's a positive response, we have a 3 or a 4-star rating. Give your rating accordingly. Select anonymity, yes or no, if you want to post it as anonymous or no. If you want to post it, we ask for your confirmation. And once you have confirmed it, we have posted your review anonymously as you had requested.
So we will now take a look at the first page of our application. This page mostly hosts the feed where you can view the posts and you can view the recommendations. So as you can see that the feed section and then the recommendations, they're on separate tabs. The feed section will have each of the postcards, which we will take a look at this. We can interact with them using downvotes, upvotes, comments, etc. Let's take a look at the recommendations for now. So as we can see that the page has some recommendations. By default, it's sorted by like our match rating used by the application. We can see that there are listings from Apple, Wayfair, and PepsiCo. You can also change by how it's sorted. So let's take a look at how it's sorted by the score, by the rating. So Wayfair seems to have the best scores. Let's take a look at how it's sorted by pay. And seems like Salesforce has the best wages this category. And so again, we can let's take a look at the best match for us. In this case, it seems that it's the software engineering co-op by PepsiCo. It has the pay and the score listed on the card. So clicking on the job role takes you to the specific page for the job role, where we can interact with like all of the different posts about this specific job role, and we can also find different information that is listed. We can then go forward to the company page, where we can just take a look at the different other roles that they have on offer. Yeah, finally we can go back to the feed by clicking on the home page. Next, let's talk briefly about how we interact with the posts. So as we mentioned, for the feed we have these cards with different details. So we can have the username, we have the company where they worked, and as we can see, that's the username being highlighted in the video. We also have the different details like the role, the rating, and the name of the organization, and the thoughts on the internship. We also have different tools to interact with the user in the form of upvotes and downvotes, and we can see the count of upvotes and downvotes, and also the number of comments on this specific post. So if we can use the upvotes and downvotes to show our approval or disapproval for the post. Similarly, we can just click on a post or click on the comment icon there, and it'll take us to a specific page for this post with different comments. We can see that some people have commented using anonymous. We can also add our comments here, and we can use the postcard to navigate to different other items, like we navigate to the user. We can also click on the company icon to take us to a specific company page, and we can also click on the role to take us to the specific UI designer role.
As part of the user profile section, every user has their own profile. Here's a live demo of how to navigate to the user profile section. From the home feed, the user can easily navigate to the profile section by clicking on the user icon and pressing on the profile button. Here is a view of the user profile section, which gives them a little bit of introduction about themselves in the about and their information such as name, their experience, location, and their mail, and also a little bit of preview in their education section. The user can easily edit their information and can set their profile by clicking on the edit button and by changing the information and pressing the save or cancel button based on the user. The same goes with the about section as well. The users can edit the information about themselves and press the save or the cancel button. Here is a view of the education section. The user also has the My Co-op reviews, which have their own co-ops listed. Similarly, there is an activity section for the user, which have their bookmarked reviews to view for later. Our app also has the rewards section, which is a unique feature which gives free goodies for students based on their activity and number of reviews. And as part of the last feature in the user profile, we have the advisor section, which takes the user to the me.northeastern advisor, and pressing the back button navigates them back to their user profile page. And now the user can easily navigate to their profile by clicking on the feed button here.
Hello, my name is Jiro, and I'll be taking over for this section of the presentation. Let's say I'm a CS undergrad and I'm interested in software development, and I'm looking for general co-ops. Here, first thing I would do is I can check for the recruiters who are offering co-ops by clicking on the recruiters button. Here we can see Wayfair, Apple, Meta, and you can sort all these corporations by the ratings, name, and pay. And let's check at Wayfair. Here you can see Wayfair's description, the jobs they offer currently, and all the ratings and pay for each of them. But we're not that interested in Wayfair, so let's check for a different place, the roles place, where we can check for all the roles available. Here we can sort by the average rating, title, corporation offering it, the tag, which is which type of job, and pay. So let's click on tag because we're looking for software dev jobs. Here we can see a lot of software engineering jobs, but PepsiCo specifically seems to have a high pay with around $12,500. So let's check it out. Here we can see the rating, where it's offered, how long it takes, the description, the average pay, the rating distribution, and we can also see the reviews themselves. And we can sort the reviews themselves by their rating, how new they are, and the comments. Let's check one review out, actually. Let's look at Eric's. Here, we can see Eric's experiences at PepsiCo, and we can also upvote and downvote it. And again, we can also see the comments on each review with anons giving their impressions. And we can also add our own comment. Continuing on, let's look at some evaluation results. As you can see with our task-based effectiveness, notably, there's only one task below our 80% threshold, which is task 10, and that is about our finding a review section, which means a lot of our users are having trouble finding it. So we should improve on that. Continuing on, this is our task-based efficiency, which is a couple of numbers. So let's look at a more consolidated bar graph. Here we can see the task-based efficiency percentage relative to our own completion rates. As you can see, most of our tasks actually take longer than assumed, so we may have to streamline some of the design a bit because a lot of our users are having trouble navigating efficiently. And finally, here's our task-based usability, which shows how satisfied people are with their tasks. Notably, task 5 and 7, which is about searching for specific positions and finding the highest paying ones specifically, are a bit below the 80% threshold, so we should improve on that. Continuing on, here's our average overall perceived usability found with our system usability scale questionnaire, and our score was 83.75.
Our high-fidelity prototype received positive feedback, but some issues were also raised, informally enough, by participants, users, peers, and experts that we had tested. This section was critically important because we had the opportunity to point out design changes and challenges that we would like to see in our application prototype going forward. Having identified those usability issues from the usability tests that we had conducted, we have accumulated some recommendations for changes, and we will be making those changes for our final prototype. One prominent issue was the inconsistency observed in design elements across different screens. One of the users reported confusion, attributing it to the varied visual styles presented throughout the application. This lack of uniformity manifested especially in the color disparity of the Add Review button and inconsistencies in spacing and alignment in 2-3 different screens. The impact was evident in user feedback and a perceived lack of cohesion in overall design. And hence, we have taken up the challenge to solve this and maintain consistency, especially with colors and spacing alignments going forward. Clarity in communication, particularly during the login process, emerged as a critical concern. One of the users also expressed frustration over encountering a generic message for invalid credentials, lacking specificity about whether the username was incorrect or the password. This ambiguity posed a significant hurdle for users who were attempting to troubleshoot login issues. And we have taken up this feedback very seriously, and our recommended approach would be to implement individual error messages for incorrect username and for incorrect password. Navigation complexity and the absence of back buttons presented another notable challenges for our user. The intricate navigation structure hindered the seamless transition between pages and screens, leading to a suboptimal user experience. To address this, we will implement the simplified navigation structure and incorporate back buttons consistently across all pages. This modification will aim to provide our users with a more intuitive means of navigating through our application. Thank you.